Alright, so while I had a little bit, I'm going to do a really rough video and go over some things with biohacking. And if that's not a term that's familiar to you, um, it's somewhere in between eating granola and hugging trees and being a cyborg. Um, it's about getting the best bang for your buck, or your buck being your time. So what can you do to get the maximal amount of benefits for the minimal amount of time? So it's really about being practical. And so I figured I would make a video of my top 9 or 10 things that I do um, that A, have been the most benefit to me, and 2, don't cost anything. These are all things that either I was going to have to spend money anyways, like food, or these are things that are completely free and anyone can do. There's no skill involved, and there's no equipment. There's no anything, really. Um, excuse me. So the first thing I start with, and it may just be because of my background with dealing with back pain, is feet, because that's your foundation for everything. So I go barefoot as much as possible because that's how we're designed to work. We weren't designed to wear boots or shoes or high heels or flip-flops. We were designed to be barefoot. So as much as possible, circumstances allow, I'm barefoot. When I have to wear a sneaker or something, I wear something with a minimal sole, or called a minimalist shoe, and something really cheap you can get, most people don't think of, and you can get ones now that look like regular sneakers, is a wrestling shoe. I wear that to the gym, I wear it hiking, I wear it to work when I can. It's basically a moccasin. It's just a sock with some traction that just keeps your foot off the dirty cement, but it allows my foot to work naturally. And what you want is, you want a shoe that doesn't have a heel, doesn't have any lift in the heel, and it doesn't curl up at the toes. And you want it to be flexible so your toes and your feet can work. And if you've never used it before, it's going to be painful at first because those muscles are dead and you gotta work them back up. Also, going along with that, if you've been wearing shoes for a long time, your toes probably look like this. You have a hoof. Your toes are useless. They don't do anything for you, and you rely on your shoe to do everything. If you say, oh, I gotta have a good boot to go hiking because I need ankle support, your muscles and your tendons and ligaments aren't doing anything. So your toes should be able to do this. You should be able to open and close your toes, and when you walk, your toes should be opening and closing and pushing and gripping the ground and balancing and catching you. So if you can't do that, there's a goal to work on, and it doesn't cost you anything. One of the first things you can do is just try to take your toes. I sit with my leg crossed over my knee, my foot on my knee, take my fingers, run it through my toes. At first, I could only get just my tips in there, and over a couple weeks' time, I was able to get, so I could get my whole hand in there. And once I could do that, then just stay there for 2 to 3 minutes, just watch TV and just relax and work into it. Then start taking your toes and gripping your fingers, and then relax. And grip your fingers and move your foot around and resist it with your hand, and then relax. And then grip and go back the other way and just move around, gripping and releasing. The other thing you can do if you don't want to do that is you can go on Amazon and you can buy these cheap socks. I think I paid $3 for these, and I believe this brand is Happy Feet. And what it is a sock with a band that goes in between each toe, and it gently starts to spread them apart. It's a lot less than your fingers. And you just slide these on and wear them for 10-20 minutes, or until it feels uncomfortable, take them off, and eventually you'll get to where you just wear them all night, and it'll help spread your toes apart until you can build up. And then you can buy plastic spreaders that look like the kind that like girls wear when they paint their toenails. You can use those to kind of get some more distance if you don't want to use your hands. And then there's exercises you can do, and that's all stuff you can look up. Dr. Kelly Starrett on Mobility WOD, he has tons of videos for that, and that's what I rely on. Excuse me. Another thing you can do that doesn't cost anything and has amazing benefits is, if you're already barefoot, You can go outside and walk on the ground and get your body in contact with the earth. And there's a lot of scientific research to back up the fact that our bodies are our DC current in our body and the DC current in the earth and the magnetic field and all that stuff going on, they go together. And when we're on concrete and we're around hard electrical current, AC current all the time, and Wi-Fi and all this different stuff, it messes up our own electrical current. If you don't think so, just go grab a bare wire and an outlet and see if it messes you up or not. So getting back in contact with the earth, it lets our body get rid of, I think it's protons. So it helps us get rid of those and balance our body back out, get rid of that negative charge that we have. Just like any piece of metal or anything else, and you touch something and you get a shock, your body's exchanging those protons, neutrons, whatever they are. And I know for myself, I was always amazed when I'd go camping and I'd sleep out in the tent, and on the hard ground, and there's rocks and roots and whatever else. But I'd sleep for 3-4 hours and I'd be awake as soon as the sun came up, and I'd feel great, even though we just hiked 10 miles a day before. And the next night, same thing. I never got better sleep than sleeping out on the ground. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with that, and then having the natural light, which is something I'll talk about in a little bit. But also when your feet are healthy, and as I've discussed in other videos, it helps your posture, which helps your back, helps your hormones, helps your mood, helps all sorts of things. And it really originates, a lot of it can be with the health of your feet, which is crazy. But if you had a thoroughbred racehorse, you would spend a lot of time of attention on their feet, but then you don't for yourself. So something to think about. And then, of course, also your posture, you're sitting. So if your posture's good when you're standing, your posture hopefully will be better when you're sitting, because you'll be more used to it. All right, so that's your feet. Then the second thing that you can focus on that doesn't cost anything, and that has huge benefits, is your sleep. Not only quantity, but quality. So it doesn't matter if you're getting a lot of sleep if it's not good sleep. And it doesn't matter if you're getting really good sleep if it's not enough. So you want a minimal effective dose. You want just enough. And how do you know? Keep a record, keep a journal, and figure out for yourself where your body's at. And it's going to change. You may be doing fine on 6 hours of sleep, and then you get stressed out at work and you may need more sleep. Or you start working out more, you're going to need more sleep. The quality of your food goes down, you'll need more sleep. But if you balance those other things out, then maybe you can get away with a little bit less sleep. Also, how fast you go into a good sleep. Does it take you a super long time to wind down and get into a good REM sleep, or does it happen right away for you? So those are all factors you got to figure out for yourself, but it's something to quantify and figure out. It doesn't cost you anything. There's an app I use on my phone. It's called Sleep Cycle, and I think maybe I paid $2 for it. You put your phone on airplane mode so you're not disturbed and you're not dealing with cell phone signal and all that stuff that's harmful for you and disturbs your sleep. And you put this phone on your bed and it just monitors your movement all night. And it tells you what your quality of sleep was, how much you moved, how long you were in bed. It quantifies everything for you, and it keeps a record of it, and it helps you see. And if you're keeping a journal and you say, well, I had coffee at 5, then I had a few beers, and I had a late dinner, and I had a really crappy night's sleep, and it keeps a record of it, and a month later you can look back and see it because you've forgotten by then, and you can start to see a pattern. So that's a huge one for me. I was of the mindset I don't need to sleep, and having to sleep is a weakness and all that. Once I got over that and focused on getting to bed at a regular time for my body, what my body wanted, and getting up at a good time, and getting a good quality of sleep, it was a huge difference for me. Huge. Things that can help your sleep at night is natural light. So as the sun goes down, that's the signal to our body to go to sleep, and we artificially stop that with lights. And what's even worse than the incandescent light, that's in our eyes and stopping us from making melatonin and keeping us awake is the blue light from your cell phone, your laptop, your flat screen TV, fluorescent lights. Those are even more harmful and mess up your brain from the signal you're getting through your eyeballs. That keeps you awake and puts you in a stimulated but comatose state. You know, if you ever watched a movie and you just zone out and you're just in that movie and then it's over and you didn't realize it, you know, that's kind of what that does to you, if that helps you think of it at all. So the sooner you can get that light off, get it out of your eyes, so your body can start producing melatonin and just get in the habit of, the sun goes down, it's getting dark, it's time to go to bed. Now, some people have very effective staying up till 11, 12 o'clock or whatever. It could be different for anybody, but the light affects everyone. Having caffeine too late in the day, having alcohol affects your sleep quality. It may make you fall asleep, but then it affects your quality. You're not going to get good quality. You're just going to get quantity, possibly. And eating real late. Your body needs time for your system to be empty, and then your body can repair and cleanse and do what it needs to do. But if you're always eating and you go to sleep with food in your belly, your body has to get rid of all that food and then start its sleep cycle, and then it can start producing growth hormone and all the things it needs to do. But it has to get rid of that food first. So if you eat enough earlier in the day, you don't need to eat before you go to bed. So things that can help is red light. You can use a red LED light. That'll simulate to your body the sun is going down. It's time to start producing nighttime hormones, and it's time to go to sleep. It's time to calm down. Classical music can help. If you have issues with ADD or different things, or your brain is going 90 miles per hour at night and you can't sleep and you need some wine to calm down, or beer or whatever, that classical music can help stimulate the parts of your brain that need the blood flow and calm the parts of your brain that need to calm down. It's pretty interesting how it works, but try it. Even if you don't like the music, just put it on just high enough so you can hear it. And you know, don't listen to it as music. Listen to it as a, you know, listen for certain sounds in it or something, or just try to figure out what piece of musical equipment they're using, or just ignore it, but let it be there. Also, it can help you calm down sometimes is just doing math, just as simple as counting, because it stimulates the part of your brain that is calm, and it can help you calm down. Getting out of the Wi-Fi signal, getting out of the cell phone signal, getting away from the AC current, getting all those things out of your bed, out of the room, so you're not listening. Did I just hear my phone ring? There's no chance, because it's off. It's on airplane mode. And cell phone signal and Wi-Fi are proven to be very damaging to your body. If you don't think so, read the owner's manual on your cell phone, and it'll say, on the last one I read, keep away from your body at least 18 inches. And when you hold one of these new smartphones close to your face, the screen shuts off because it's sensing your skin, and it shuts off the data too, because it doesn't, to keep you from getting that signal. But if you're facing it away from you, or it's in your pocket, it's not reading your skin. It's full on, and every time you get an email or an update or anything, it's pulsing that signal through you. And it's proven that that disturbs your sleep, even if you don't consciously realize it. And it's detrimental to your body overall, to the point of even lowering your testosterone just by having your cell phone in your pocket. Okay, food quality. This is a huge one for people, and I always hear complaints about the price of the food. And I'm not going to deny that some food is way more costly than others. Getting coupons and getting boxed food and all that stuff is definitely cheaper. But the quality of what you're getting out of there, if you start looking at nutrients instead of just the food, and you start thinking about the long-term effects, and you once you get yourself balanced out and you're healthy, you eat way less food. I eat a quarter of the amount of food that I used to eat, and I'm full all the time. I eat as much as I want, and I haven't lost any muscle. My performance has gone way up, and I've lost tons of body fat and lost a lot of health problems I had. And I eat a quarter of the amount of food, so my grocery bill has actually gone down. And I used to eat, anything and everything, corn dogs and pizza and whatever I could get my hands on. And I focused on just getting as many qualities as I could. And the doctor still said I was 6,000 calories a day, and I was starving to death because my body wasn't absorbing nutrients. So I focus on food quality. And it's so annoying to me to see people take more care of their vehicles or their pets than they do themselves. There's more vitamins and nutrients in dog food than there is in most baby food. And people will buy all sorts of supplements for their horses and their animals, and they don't think they need any. It just irks me all the time. So you start focusing on that and seeing what your body needs, what you get your best return on the investment for, what's your body lacking that you need to make sure it's getting, and what do you need to avoid that's causing more problems. When I cleaned up my diet, I went from 11 prescription medications to 2 that I'm weaning off. And I think all the problems I was having was because of not sleeping well, having a horrible diet, and not thinking about the long-term ramifications to what I was doing in the immediate time frame. All right, so I lost track of what point I'm on now, but the next point is staying calm. Build the skill of just being able to stay calm. By controlling that, you're controlling your hormones, you're controlling your mindset, you're controlling your stress level. You decide what kind of day you're going to have instead of letting your day happen by what happens to you. You can just decide to be in a good mood. And as far-fetched as that sounds, by just deciding that, you're affecting your health, your hormones, your digestion, your sleep, headaches, your vision, everything. And I talked about this in other videos about box breathing can help you stay calm. Doing math, classical music can help you stay calm. Just smiling. Just for a minute or two, just holding it. In fact, I was watching a video where they had people just hold a pencil in between their teeth, so it just held their lips up. Within about 2 minutes, it affects your hormones a good 10%, I think it was at least, brings everything up. Just by the simple thing of faking a smile. You're backfeeding your body. Your posture and your mindset will all affect your hormones. And that'll affect how you feel, and that'll affect your health,